Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back. This is Ice Attorney, as usual. Now, having snacks is gonna be a recurring. It's gonna be a normal thing. Oh, not this one. No. Yeah. So we're gonna go over the third episode now. Hell yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, from there, man. I bought these cookies called Cremos. They taste exactly like Chips More, and it says original flavored.
The grand end of the century great exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park.
Hyde Park.
Welcoming over 50 million visitors.
Oh.
The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But
Oh, what?
as regards to the
These are
terrible
events.
catastrophe that occurred
Of
during the
invented.
festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the crystal tower itself, brought the truth to light.
So what proof are we talking about? Oh.
We're here at the showground of the great
I do hope I
exhibition,
finish this
which
early.
is absolutely packed with people.
Okay.
The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
No, I want to try this. The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness an extraordinary scientific experiment. I don't think I can. Oh, this fellow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
My mouse is running out of battery. This can
Horse-drawn
go.
carts will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today, we showcase even more advanced technology. A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Kinesis machine!
A man will literally
I may have to voice that
disassembled
guy.
by a
I just
pulse
have
of
this feeling.
high voltage electricity and beamed to another location. Whereupon his body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as as it was before.
So, my good man, what is this invention about? What does it do? I feel like he's gonna die. Just have this feeling.
In but a few moments from now, these gentlemen will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the Crystal Tower behind you!
Oh.
This one, yes, yes, yes! Whoa!
Yes, this one, woohoo! Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna try him.
Yes, yes, yes!
Oh shit, he's gonna die. Off with the afterplay. Alright. Welcome. Reno, are you listening? Oh, sorry, what was that, Iris? What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast? No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again? Today's paper, it's full of news about the Great Exhibition again. Yes, the Great Exhibition. I like to go sometimes. Sometimes. Excuse me. One has to drink water. You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley? He's also down. Oh. Did you say something, Iris? Oh gosh, you're even more down. When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I thought you might have known I was here. You know, because breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Oh yeah, I had this crown. I got this crown somewhere. I forgot. I should credit the artist next time. Thanks. But the artist didn't want to, like, you know, what's it called? Credit? Doesn't need. Just donate, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Of course. But excuse me. Of course. I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning with all its unruly spikes. Clearly, it can be deduced therefore that... let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this. It always has. Ever since we first met, in fact. Oh, really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. Oh gosh, my neck. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. 6 months? Since I was forbidden from working in court. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned. Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley? And he's back. Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. Is he gonna... No, he's not. Why is he sad, though? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me. I know, and the Great Exhibition has opened. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go to see it together? I want to, of course I do. But I can't, not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from, is that it? Wait, what? Am I blushing? I have to check this. Real quick. Oh no, I'm not. Wait, did I click 7? No, that's not it. Okay, put that away. Okay. I didn't read that. Whatever. I'm not reading it again. There it is. I'm just gonna, I don't remember working on a case early. I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. Excuse me. Yeah. Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the case of the trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. Words fail me. This situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, someone's calling me. Right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. So keep reading, I guess. Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord. My lord. Your Honor, my lord. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. Wait, what? What happened to me then? Huh? I was told I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing. You have, haven't you, Bruno? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and the notes about Sholmes' old cases. Brewing Iris's special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Mr. Naruhodo. What? Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers to that BT2 reconsider. Excuse me. Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall. Lord Strongheart? Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either. But he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could. And I can't do that just sitting around here. The Great Exhibition. What happened 6 months ago? The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art, and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching.
Oh, do you know that what I like to do? I like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons.
Look down on? Do you mean those things? Fly?
Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky. And don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air.
But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. I understand. I can't understand it all.
That's true. A lot of the new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge.
I suppose they might be.
Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the opening experimentation stage yesterday. Apparently, there was a huge explosion.
God blimey, a huge explosion. Whoa, did we see that?
Still, I wish I'd seen it though. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiments really are.
Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries some article or other about the Great Exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. The Great Exhibition newspaper has been entered into the courtroom. Cool. Shadows cast behind. Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? Oh, there's a newspaper now. Let's see what it reports. London. The eyes of the world are on the Crystal Tower. First test of matter transport device. What happened to the lad? London, Britain, and the Industrial Revolution. Industrial retrospective. Hey, yo, what? Reaper attack. So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on here. There. Other than that, this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Wait, what?
What's the matter, Bruno?
Who's that lad? The Reaper attacked. That's Lord Van Zeeks. This must be what Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? Lost cat. Whoa, a lost cat team. Who's the cat though? Ruffians aim to intimidate a man of justice. King Charles the what's this? The 7th, is it? The 8th. Yeah, the 8th. What is that? Awards prize. Fuck. Okay. Well, Van Zeeks was attacked. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas. Cultural exhibits from around the globe. It sounds so positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long. So Van Zeeks was attacked. Your gloomy mood, Mr. Sholmes. Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add. That's not like you. So, what are some cases? Shh! Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. Listen. Then where then?
You're acting very strange, Hurley.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated case is, the better Hurley's mood.
Ah.
Is it really a case that's bothering you?
Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. Remember what I always say? Put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes. Yeah, he always, never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. Ah, that was a deep sigh. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zieks was attacked. That's terrible. You know, the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Barak Van Zieks. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, the person's time left on this earth will be short. Damn. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are... Oh wait. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Van Zieks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time. He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Van Zieks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know? Gosh, why is he smiling at that?
Well, in the article here, it says, as to what of Lord Van Zieks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition.
A what? Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait till tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Okay, Lord Strongheart indeed. It is, I mean. Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ha! You really are shameless liars sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off guard. Put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but I'm now wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Well, goodbye, Mr. Sholmes. Listen to him. He's still laughing on his way out of the door. Oh! A new costume.
All right then, Bruno. Let's get going.
Oh, Iris, what are you wearing?
I've got to change. I've got to go to the great I've got to change to go to the great exhibition. You're going to take me.
What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there, then?
Right, okay. Alright, fine. Just lower that weapon, would you?
Of course, and after the Supreme Court, then we'll be going to the Great Exhibition.
I need to make it more girly in a way. Whatever. Before that, let us examine the room. I see nothing of the ordinary. I'll have a cookie as we go to the next place, yeah. So I'm take out a cookie. Just a small bit. Good stuff. Go back there. That was so wrong. It's been about six months since I was last here. But some things never change. Like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. Oh, what is she doing? It doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there.
Oh, I love this place. I always find some interesting books here.
Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. There we go. There's the man. Oh, Lord Strongheart. It's Colonel Von Strangle. I trust you've been keeping well. Let's see. Wait. Let's see. You arrived and requested an audience. It's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies. Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around staring into space. Good. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Huh. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As we're the hosting nation, I've much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens.
Bruno, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
Right. Let's converse with Lord Strongheart, indeed. Permission to work. Actually, I came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you're a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Asogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Sorry. The mission with which the young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was? What do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense. Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful news, Renault.
In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback a curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope.
Of course, please tell me more. You described it as a curious affair.
Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday?
Oh, no. Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis. As in moving things with a click of the finger. I forgot how to voice him now, that dude.
That's right. It's just what my herbal blends needs. A dash of devil-may care.
Whatever this serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage, and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. O.D. Asman, an investor and a well-known figure in society.
A large explosion. A man died.
Yeah, it's The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Herebrine. It's not a German name, is it? He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder. Oh shit! Again! What a surprise. Murder.
What? Murder?
If you intend to take his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder. I feel out of my depth before I've even started still.
Well, we should go to the prison straight away then, and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely. Ah yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper.
Oh, with Lord Van Zieks. How?
I need to show him.
Oh, that reminds me, have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition, of course.
No, not that. The story on the back page.
What story? What story? I need to voice him properly somehow. I forgot how to voice him too. The Reaper attacked. That. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zieks would not be easily so dispatched, I assure you.
Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well. If it interests you.
It does, strangely.
Van Zieks' condition, that's what I need to know, yeah? Fortunately, Lord Van Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter.
But that's incredible! They were armed with guns! Why was he attacked though? Do we know?
It's related to the events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zieks. But the man was acquitted. I have no large sums of money were involved behind the scenes.
Large sums of money?
A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. Well, as usual.
But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely?
The man, the victim's henchman, certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman, Mr. O.D. Asman.
Did you say Asman? That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Oh shit. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was right. Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Why do you use Lord Van Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Van Zeek's work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with it. But that doesn't make sense. How could you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand? I think I have an idea. Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the crown. Hey, I have the crown! Let's fucking go! Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Okay, forensics science subscription. All sorts of conferences have taken place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. London, the global epicenter of culture, science and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is why what's known as forensic science isn't. Exactly, the future police. Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly, it's extremely alarming. Are you okay? If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you could be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be different from the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Sorry. By way of apologizing for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. What? Wait, he has a lot of time on his hands, that means.
Oh, how fascinating.
It all began 15 years ago. Hours later. Cookie time. Mom. I was just probably awake though. I shouldn't have asked. The man has so much time. Oh my god. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Oh, right, yes. That's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Oh, she got bored. I thought she'd be paying attention. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now. Okay.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. I was actually surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My other colleagues may be starting to fidget. If you didn't take hours to explain that goddamn reasons. 11 hours late, that's quite something, yeah. That's a meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Zeeks now? I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah. Well, away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Herebrand's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Right, have to move on. Okay. Cookie. My dad was a prosecutor. He played his attorney recently. He can relate a lot to it. Of course, there's a lot of exaggeration. Like, he can relate going to the crime scene, and when I saw him, he was like, it's like PTSD in his eyes. I'm like, holy shit. Maybe I shouldn't have made him play Ace Attorney, man. I shouldn't have.
Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office.
Yes, it appears so.
It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere.
Very gothic indeed.
Oh, is that?
That hooded figure was so still. I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. I feel like it's cousin. What are you doing here? Ah! Oh shit, it's Van Zeeks. He looks so cool in this office though. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well. I am. So, who's the person over there by the wall being punished for something or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. I feel like that's Kazuma now. He might be right. Andy Arkwood might be right. That's my apprentice. He's sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the person who was pictured in the newspaper. Wait, I want to see that picture again. Fuck! That could have been something I could read. He's very able in combat. I requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself, assuming that such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtroom. So, that guy's gonna be I think he's gonna be the next prosecutor next time. Let me add this. No cookie. 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 The cookie in my mouth. Lord Strongheart said the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack. True. Carried out by henchmen of O.D. Esmond's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrest was imminent. Presumably, some hoped to kill me before that happened. O.D. Esmond. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But an enormous wealth came to him by understand means of his criminal activities. be right back. I think someone called me. I am back. Whew, what happened? Enormous wealth came within to him by underhand means via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances. It was a most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was a super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Asman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you? Well, no, that doesn't seem a little far-fetched. It does seem a far-fetched. Yeah. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death, at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Bruno? I mean, what's with you taking on the Professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to defend him? Oh yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert Harebrain. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together.
What?
Your contemporary. I'd understood that Professor Harebrain was from Germany, though. Harebrain's, is that how you pronounce his name? From a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all. So you were students together? I was in the Faculty of Law, of course. And he in science. So our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along. Though I've not met him since my university days, I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him. Only if I make it out of this office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know. Because the prosecution will be handled by me. By you? Oh, it's him again. But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why do you do this?
If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
What's Lord Van Zeek's thinking? What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean I'm a crown prosecutor and a mortal like any other? I'm no demigod, but you damn well look like one, buddy.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People without question deserve to be found guilty, and the world is a better place without them. But that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Jenny, in fact. She's ever so hard-working now.
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work. Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh! It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. Do you mean to say? I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly, and with honor. But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed. If that is my fate, let God decide. Why is he so cool? I finally meet him in person though. Holy shit. I'm simping for him now, unfortunately. So I want to examine. Yeah, I feel like it was true what Bro Gaming said. That was definitely cousin. Before that, let's look around his room. What is this? This is like the fair. Oh look, it's a scale model of the Great Exhibition. Well, that I can have a snack, yeah? Ow! Oh. Yeah, don't talk with your mouth full. Cookies are great, but they're not worth dying for. Perhaps he made it to take the hand of his antagonist to visit 10 person. Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket. Surely it's obvious that I'm using it in investigation aid. Yeah, it is. They're just so dumb. You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved. I really didn't think he did overhear that. You Nipponese, I believe this man is Nipponese. By the way he's sitting. That's definitely a Nipponese. That's a lot of wine. Man has a lot of wine. Look at all those ancient casts lining on the wall there. You don't think all those people who escape conviction in court are lying in... No, it's just... Hi, how you doing? How do you pronounce your name? Aqua? What? I don't know. Hello, welcome to the stream. I like your profile picture. I don't know if it's an egg or potato. Like what I have on my shirt. Escape conviction in court are lying inside them. What a ridiculous notion of going through your head. That's my collection. Fine. Yeah, it's wine, if anything. I'm fine. I'm playing Ace Attorney. I hope you like the game. Runa and I was just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper. I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourself in my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. So, before I go visit that dude. Dude, Van Zeeks is so fine. I would say he looks so good. I'm simping for him now. At first I'm like, he's my enemy. Look at that fine collection of hallowed chalices and bottle neatly lined up there. My hallowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I've visited. And I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystals craftsmen in the world. Man, this man is rich. And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless indeed. Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes. Oh, yeah, you mean yourself, right? Before you open your mouth next time, it's your artisans whose work you defy. Oh, wait, he means me. Okay, that's rude. You're the one who threw them away, man. So it's my fault? Silly me, how could I ever have thought otherwise? Like his desk. Lord Van Zeek's desk, look. It's so stylish. And that's a Marvel chess set beside it. Chess. That's the Western version of our Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm quite good at shogi problems. Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case. I'd love to challenge Lord Van Zeek sometime. To a bout of shogi problems. If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own time, your own home. Well, I've never played shogi, but I want to check out this photo. That portrait really did dominate the room, doesn't it? Oh my god! Wow! It's a very majestic outfit and pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord Van Zeek's facial features. I don't think it's Van Zeek's though. It looks like it could be his brother.
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off.
Whoa!
But the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness, I think.
Indeed. That reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive when they painted him. Oh, okay.
How vain. That's not really an attractive quality in a person, is it?
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people use filters today. That portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious. Oh, it's not. Okay. Oh, then who is it? Looks like it's himself though, who knows? It's definitely a family member, I assume. Okay. Well, I guess since I've investigated most of the room, all that's left is this dude here. It really looks like a punishment to me. Yeah, it's a Caesar, so it's definitely Japanese. Or maybe it's not Caesar. Maybe he's just folding his legs normally.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead?
If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he?
Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us.
He's not dead.
So I'm not gonna talk to him. Man. Alright. Nothing. I have nothing to present to the man left. But just looking around, I think everything is fine. I've not missed anything. And we can't talk to him, but I know that who that person is now. It's obvious. Why are there bats in his room? Oh my god!
Wow, they were bats. Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect.
But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar. Just not the flying kind.
He must... He must be a friend of Mr. Reaper, then.
I think the familiar's idea is more likely. Scary, though, either way. Oh, he's not going to comment on the bats? Cute pets. Cute pets indeed. Alright, to the prison, and let's meet this guy. I forgot how to voice him now. I saw the voice acting, and I try to capture it as much as I can. But I don't think I can. The warden said cell 11. That's this one. Ooh.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner, look.
What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me. Professor Hairbrain, whatever, Hairbrain. I don't know how you pronounce that name, man. He's just Hairbrain at this moment. I'm gonna give him a... Who are you? I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Professor. A lawyer? Was it something I said? A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't... Yesterday's demonstration. That demonstration was... That magnificent demonstration was... It was out-and-out success by anyone's calculation. He's funny, indeed. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity. Now I like your emojis. It makes you cute. Now's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while too. Alright, let's converse with this dude. Thanks. Haha. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in an explosion, didn't he?
Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success. You lost me. I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Asman was so spontaneously disassembled. Oh God. I don't think that's a good thing though. What the fuck do you mean? He's disassembled. Huh? Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculation has predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed into the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, the machine exploded and Mr. Asman, in fact, perished. Yes, I can't deny that part of the experimentation was a failure. So what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct?
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
I was responsible for the man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished at once. But... Murder? Never in a million years! It was an accident, simply an accident! I see.
Hurley and I were talking about it this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly? It's actually an accident, not a murder, if anything. How is it a murder, is my question. I was a health and safety officer before this, and that should have considered as an accident. Well, maybe they don't have HAC at this time. Well, whatever.
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
Yeah, okay, there is HSC here, okay. On what grounds? Ah yes, it's duly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Oh, is it HAC? Okay then. That one passed me by.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say...
Oh wait. Then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pore over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen.
The machine must be protected from that at all cost.
That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial. Ah, I see now. Okay. Well, I'm a man of science myself, and I was also a former technician. Maybe I'll think of something, buddy. I can examine it for you. This is definitely my field, HSC, and a former technician in engineering. I can be a man of science, definitely. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday. Yes! Or rather, no. The devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion. Sounds the same to me.
You were there demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating.
Why do I have to say that really fast? Stop putting so much to say kinesis or high voltage kinesis or instantaneous kinesis. Why do I have to say all of that? Humans, like all matter, are made of particles that are held together by electric bonds. So it must be possible, using sufficiently high voltage, to break those bonds and beam the particle through space. That's in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see. That's my amazing hypothesis. Gosh, that's unimaginably high level science. Well, humans are made of matter and electrons and blah blah blah, but I don't fucking care about that. Oh, but dare to imagine, dare to dream of such incredible technology. Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again. Well, yes, that is if you're alive. That would be incredible. The next, in the minute of a blink of an eye, I could be at a great Parisian theatre, say. That possibility are endless. The world of our vast planet would be within reach. So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days. This dude, he's really one character, I'd say.
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk.
My word, that's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean? What a character.
Oops, that's got Professor Bunny Brain really worried by the look of it.
Yeah, Bunny Brain. Alright, that's what I'm calling him from now on. Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. The point is, my calculations are flawless. Science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment.
But practical demonstration costs a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have.
That's exactly it, yes.
Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science.
Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Ashman. The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? Okay, the victim. Let's ask this bozo, you mean? The full name of the man who died yesterday, an accident, was Mr. O.D. Asman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man? He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypotheses. I thank my lucky stars. I see. You hadn't really known each other until then. okay, sorry.
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious.
As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel. Oh, really? An archangel, even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for a presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Asman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced me a machine to my precise specification.
But then your dreams were blown into dust. In one enormous explosion.
As you can see, I owed everything to the Mr. Asman. I would never, ever thought of taking the man's life. Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. Okay. At the very least, I'm gonna present to him this one. How could this has happened? This have happened? It must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the Crystal Tower was greatly damaged too. I know what happened! It must have been that! That? The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of Frankfurters! At the hotel restaurant, Frankfurter, let's go! Sausages! Germany, German food, man. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too. Too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now. Yep, this is your fault because I have that extra shilling. That's a lot of money, buddy. It's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what this is. Yep, indeed. This is why you're in jail and convicted of murder. You're gonna die. Therefore, you must die. That's what I say. For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes. Long and illogical. I think that's it. There's nothing else I can talk to him about. So, we're done there. So sweet. We can go here just for a little bit. Or I could end stream here. We shall see. Oh, why is that still running? Oh, okay. Is the aquarium still okay? Look at the prawns and the anemones gently swaying around in the tank. Regular cleaning, some food, and fresh seawater is all they need. And some conversation, of course. You know, back in the days, there were no filters for aquariums, if anything. What they used to do is they would create an ecosystem. Just in that, and all the living things would thrive. The ecosystem just, adapts and then cares for the creatures in it by itself. And the water change you do is just change the seawater with ocean water. How fascinating. It's like the sea version of the Wallstead method, if you like aquariums. I love aquariums. Who doesn't love aquariums? It seems like a lot of effort at first, but it was worth it. Yeah, it does take a lot of effort to do this method. I don't have any arguments, but I think that guy not guilty. Yeah, that guy's definitely not guilty. But he's guilty of that 3 shillings, that's for sure. Shillings were a lot of money back in those days. I'm starting to believe to be able to tell what they're thinking. Funny to think that so many people in London had aquariums like this once. When they were in vogue. Okay, yeah. You never expect to find sea anemones in the middle of the capital. Yeah, where did the anemones come? What the fuck? Something happened. Where did the anemones come from then? I have to name them soon. They're tropical, aren't they?
Oh, Bruno. Oh no, Bruno's disappeared.
What? I'm here.
I expect he's been eaten by Hurley.
Wait, did you just name my... Huh? I think I prefer if you use your imagination when naming the sea life. That's cute. Okay. It's a mess. This used to be Susato's room. I never did see what Mr. Sato's room looks like. I could go in now, of course, but I don't dare. They say a young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets. Although from the laughter I used to hear when you would visit, I imagine it's mainly sweet.
Oh, we used to have such fun in Susie's room. She told me all sorts of interesting things about your country, you know?
Ah, Japan. Yeah. What was Japan like at the time? How about this thing? Now, at first glance, my desk here might look as though It's in a mess. However, it's not a mess at all. Everything is exactly where I want it to be. Ah, this is definitely guys' thing. Only guys understand this. But whenever Mr. Sato looked at it, she put her hands on her hips and said, "Oh dear." Her way of saying that I should make it more orderly and neat mess. I miss that. Yeah, I miss that too.
You sound just like Hurley, you know. He always says the same about his mess.
It's a guy's thing. No one would understand such a thing, man. It's the kind of logic that transcends international borders, obviously. Oh, right. What's that ladder for? Well, it's still running. I need to ask this, like, the kettle's gently simmering away there on the top of the stove. Actually, that's beneficial. Since you're in a cold country, it's good for your skin. It's kind of Mr. Sato to send that Japanese tea you really like it, don't you, Iris? But for me, it's the sound of the stove and boiling kettle I like the most on biting winter mornings. Yeah.
And it feels even cozy in here when the delightful Irish pour tea for me.
Okay.
I really couldn't manage without that wonderful young girl.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Bruno, sweet of you to say so.
Stop putting words in my mouth, please. Please, Iris. Oh, all right. So there's nothing here, but it's good to know. I just want to see what's here. See what's in the showroom suite. Nothing. Okay. Wait, what about... Let me examine this place real quick. Maybe. Because I could end the stream here if there's nothing else to do for now. Or I'm missing something. I don't mind that. Because I see my friends on Discord and they're like, they didn't invite me, bruv. Man. Oh wait, there's one more place down there, it seems. Hello, hot boy. Seeing him in person is just... oof. He's... I don't know what to say about the man. He's just, pretty... whoa. Now, there's the bats. I've checked the bats. I've checked this guy that's possibly Kazuma. There's nothing else. Can't I go to the fair now? I'm pretty sure I'm able to. Gosh, the accent has taken over my English. This game, such a curse it is. Have I presented this to you? Look, Fanzix, about the article in this paper. Ah, yes, it seemed there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. Okay, I have it. Wait. I want to read this. London's top prosecutor, Baron Van Ziek's life came under threat yet again in a group of heavily armed assailants, brandishing large knives and pistols, ambushed him last night. Inside of the reap of the Bailey and his companion, valiantly keeping the mob of the Black Guards at bay, was captured by this reporter, who then rushed straight away to the police reporter's newsroom. As host of the great exhibition, the City of London can ill afford to have such brutal acts of violence occurring in the streets. And the Lord Van Ziek's Justice Office is sure to have response in the late season. As to Lord Van Ziek's and his condition, oh, they were right, they did say that. In rather unexpected fashion, King Charles Christian the 7th of Denmark, King the 8th, Mark issued a proclamation today announcing the results of his careful reconsideration who rightful winner of the prize, his father Frederick IV, offered for the first man discovery, blah blah blah. Appears the winner is not even the man, rather a young American lady by the name of Maria Mitchell of Nantucket, is it? Massachusetts? I don't know how to pronounce American stuff. There were multiple competing claims of the new British astronomer William Rutherford Dawes, King Christian. Women far from suffragist. Oh, so. Oh, look, an ad. Looks as though it was taken after people attacked.
And you had run away, though?
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them. But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. And I think that it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it? As I mentioned already, he is my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him. Oh, hell yeah, found it! He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Runo.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with the great detective. That's true. I'm a defense lawyer, not a detective. He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. I see. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask. Oh, Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity. But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions. I hope you're right. Oh, he's gone. Oh no, oh my god, he's scary. Who is this man? He's scary. He's like a falcon. His eyes are like a falcon. Oh, he's strange. He's strange indeed. But I think I might know who he is. Ah. Yeah, I feel like I know who he is. The task is complete. Good. Let me check real quick, yeah? Oh no, not this one. Let me check real quick. Let me Google image real quick. Should I show it to everyone? Kazuma. There we go. Yeah, he has the same chin. Same eye. Alright. Let me like. Oh, what the hell is this? I'm deleting it. It's not. Let's just Google then. Let me remove this real quick. I thought I could just drag it. Remove? Why is it in Malay? Oh gosh, come on. Copy image and put it here. Okay. Can I? No? I can't? Fine. But he has the same chin. He looks like Kazuma, if anything. Alright, you know what? That could be spoilers. Enough. The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs. Oh, he's so mysterious, though. He has falcon eyes, man. Nice to meet you. He has falcon eyes. What a character. Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway? Oh, no, I mean, yeah, because he looks so mysterious. Why wouldn't I be curious, Lord Van Zeeks? I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to. The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. Yeah, he's definitely Japanese, isn't he? It couldn't be. Ah, stop! What's wrong with my tracker? I broke my neck from time to time. That's pretty common. Yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Ryu is strange. Is he? He's somewhat like me, though. Oh, what's that? Well, he's also somewhat like a very beta male kind of character, and I'm not a beta male, if anything. I'm more of a. I have no idea what kind of male I am, but that doesn't matter. That Nipponese man, stop breaking my neck! That Nipponese man is he very well. Sorry, the one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with a stoop and a mustache and the jitters. Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Bruno.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it with investigating the case. Yes, thank you for the advice. And for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Soseki-san. After a Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
A mad scientist? Ah, you mean Professor Rabbit Brain? Yes. It might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zieks, I think. Right, looks like we have another work to do. Prison. His relationship with Lord Van Zieks. Converse. The Reaper's varsity years. I understand Lord Van Zieks is a friend of yours from your university days. Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science. What was he like back then? A good question. An assuming, gentlemanly, an all-round nice fellow, really. Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor, Baron Van Zieks. What was he like when he was at university? Silly guy again. Indeed! He looks like a guy from Sketdan or something. I like him. He's a good character.
Talk about leading a question, Bruno.
As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is the little darling of the Van Zieks family, with all its great aristocratic origins. Oh, he's an aristocrat.
I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood.
Little darling? What do you mean, little darling? Yeah, that is. It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and I learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less. Yes, that's right. I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after the graduation. Really? What sort of event? What sort of event? I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already. Oh, yes, of course. He's scared. What's wrong with him? If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zieks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow. Ooh. So, Professor, let me just make absolutely sure I have understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intention to harm the victim, who was in fact the sole investor in your work, is that correct? As correct as 2 squared is 4, I swear it. Yes, it's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention, so I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still. I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life. Not in a centillion years. I'm a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Since science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that all my life. The poor sod. What a sad little boy. I'm afraid I don't know much about science or your theories. I believe it too. But I do believe in you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. Believe in me that believes in you, and I will believe in you that believes in me. Yeah, Gurren Lagann style. When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything. What's the E or E? Thank you for that, Professor. And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court.
All right, Bruno. It's time. Time to visit the great exhibition.
Yeah! Let's go! Sorry?
Oh, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Time to investigate at last. Alright. Should I end the stream here? I feel like I want to end the stream here. You know what? I'll end the stream here. Thanks for coming. How do you pronounce your name? Aqua? What? I have no idea. But thanks for coming. Thanks everyone for watching. Oh, we'll investigate in the experimentation stage maybe on Saturday. Hopefully. I might start at 9 or maybe 10. We shall see. We shall see. I forgot that you don't understand. You don't understand the do E mean yeah? What? Bye. Alright, see you then. Whew, what a day. And I had cookies. Alright, see ya.